Hi, I'm Ulisha Bundy. For those that don't know, I'm the Matters of the Heart coach, and I really felt led to come on today and share my tips on dealing with grief here over this holiday season. Um, Hi, thank you for joining. Come on in, share, invite people. And this will be saved for those that missed it. I had to jump on and just do it when I could. So these are my 7 tips for dealing with grief over the holidays. For those of you that maybe don't know, my husband and I suffered an infant loss this summer. We had the most beautiful baby boy, William Matthew Bundy, on 7/16, July 16th. And he was a little early, but he was doing awesome. And we were told that he just needed to gain weight and we would be able to bring him home. And he passed away on July 28th. Hello. And, it all happened kind of suddenly. On Thursday, he was diagnosed with necrotizing enterocolitis. The abbreviation for that is NEC. And for those that may not know what that is it's a disease that kind of just attacks and causes a horrible infection of the intestines. And that's what he passed away from. Just a devastating disease. And so my husband and I had so many plans for what we were going to do with him over this holiday season. And we've been, going through our grief journey. And honestly, I got to a place where, we were doing pretty good. I wasn't necessarily crying every day. Or even if I was, I was shedding tears, patting them, and kind of keeping it moving. And then came the holiday season, and to be honest, I felt like I was grieving all over again. I felt like everything had just happened, and I know that this is very new. Again, this just happened to us over the summer. Let me try to stabilize my arm so it won't be shaking too much. Sorry, I'm in the car, and I don't have a good place to sit the phone, so I hope it's not too annoying. But I've been able to kind of, help myself the best I can get through this holiday season by using my own, tips and things that I've shared with others that have been dealing with grief. As some of you may not know, I am the Matters of the Heart coach. And so I felt led to just jump on, because I know I'm not the only one experiencing grief over this holiday season, and give you 7 tips that have helped me and others. And I hope at least one of them will help you. Hey, love you too. So tip 1 is allow yourself to grieve. Allow yourself to grieve. Allow yourself to have moments where you're just going to be sad, moments when you're going to cry, moments when you're just going to, feel like at that moment that, it just sucks, what happened to you. Allow yourself that time. The Bible says there's a time for everything, and there's definitely a time to mourn. And so don't rush yourself. Don't be like me and be like Lish. I was like, Lish, what's going on? You were, coming along so well, and here you are crying and, overcome with tears, and it's taking you longer to get yourself together. But that's okay. Grief is a process. It's not a linear process. It's kind of a cycle and that you might continue to go through. So if you're finding yourself extra sad during this holiday season, it's okay. If you need to cry, it's okay. If you need to reach out to talk to somebody, it's okay. So tip number 1 is to just allow yourself to grieve. Tip number 2, find ways to honor your loved one. Find ways to honor them in this holiday season. We've done a few things, and as the years go on, we will continue to do some of the things that we started this year, and we will also probably add some new things to honor our son, William Matthew. And so some of the things we've done is I actually put up an extra Christmas tree in his honor, and it's actually sitting right beside his pictures, and there's kind of a picture collage there, and one of the pictures, it actually looks like he's looking at the Christmas tree, and that just brings me joy when I see that. We also have his stocking with his name that's hung. I have special ornaments, some that I made by hand, that are on the Christmas tree in his honor. I had others that were made with his name printed. So there's different things that we're doing to honor our loved one in this season. Definitely talking about him. I do this here, I'm sharing now in his honor. And so do something to honor your loved one, whatever that means and looks like for you. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, plan and participate in something that is fun. I know that, I know that it can, make you feel guilty sometimes if you're grieving and mourning, and then you find yourself laughing. If you're not careful, you can have thoughts of guilt, that you should be more sad than you are. Maybe you should be crying. But I've come to tell you, your loved one wouldn't want you suffering. Your loved one wouldn't want you not to be able to enjoy not just the holiday season, but life in general. So find some things that are fun for you to do. Find some things that will, make you laugh. Get out of the house. Be around loved ones. Do something fun. Love you too. Do something fun. Make it a point to do something that you enjoy. Don't decline all the invitations. Maybe you don't feel like taking them all, but if someone's inviting you out, go. Do things that are fun. We bought some new board games. My family doesn't know yet, but we got some things in store for you for the holiday. Some games and some things. We're going to keep ourselves busy, and we're going to, make sure that we are having fun. If you know my husband and I, we crack up and we laugh all the time. I usually have a literally stomach hurting type laugh at least once a day. And even in our grief journey, we have still been finding things to laugh about, even if it's just memories of our baby and things like that. We'll find ourselves laughing. And during this season, I can literally be wiping tears that were sad tears while I'm laughing. So find some things to do. I know at work we had the ugly sweater contest, and I participated. I felt a little awkward about it at first, because I kind of said to myself, well, maybe you're doing a little too much, but why not? I decided to participate, and I had a good time. I won second place in the ugly sweater contest. So just because you're grieving, it doesn't mean that you're not supposed to have fun and enjoy the season. Number 4, and these aren't in any specific order. These are just some tips that I hope is going to help somebody the way they've helped me. Number 4 is to increase your self-care. Increase your self-care. And that's not just in this holiday season. That's all, all during your grief journey. You really got to take care of yourself. Stress, grief, mourning, those types of things can really affect us. It can affect our health. It can affect our mental if we don't take the time to take care of ourselves. I know what it's like when you're deep in grief and you're not able to sleep. So try to get some rest. Pray and ask God for rest. Maybe you need some essential oils. Get you an oil diffuser. Get you some lavender. Do some extra things. Extra, not just what you normally do. If you normally get your nails done and normally get a pedicure, keep doing that. But do some extra. Maybe you need a massage. Maybe you need to, actually turn on some music like you hear at the spa, and just allow yourself just to relax and just to rejuvenate. Maybe you need to take a bubble bath. Those are so underrated. I took one last night and it was awesome. Do things that yourself will thank you for, that your body will thank you for. Eat well, exercise. It's one of the most underrated antidepressants, exercise. Get you some exercise in. Do things that will help you, up your self-care, definitely during this season, and not just this season, but just while you're grieving. Number 5, be purposeful. Be purposeful. Find something to do that is purposeful, something to do that is moving along the vision that you have, that God has given you for your life, something that will give back. What I've been doing in this season, one is I'm doing this. And also I have coaching clients. Like I said, I'm the Matters of the Heart coach, and I do work with people one-on-one that are dealing with things like grief, those that have been sexually abused, those that are having a hard time forgiving themselves, that are bitter, just all kinds of things. And I actually have 2 coaching clients that I've continued to coach here over the holiday season. Now I'm on break until the new year, but I finished my last coaching session of the year last night. And so I don't know about you, but when I'm walking in purpose and I'm doing something that I know I was created and destined to do, when I'm doing something that I know is a help to others, when I'm doing something that I know God is pleased with, I can't help but feel good. I can't help but have joy. I can't help but have some peace in that. And so I encourage you to be purposeful during this season, even if you're dealing with grief. And that can take on so many different things. You can be a blessing to another family financially. You can be a blessing by, helping a mother or someone taking care of their kids, giving somebody a ride. There's so many things that you can do during this holiday season, but find something to do that is purposeful. I'm telling you, it will just make you feel better. And you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it to be a blessing, but you can't help but be a blessing to others. You can't help it that if you're a blessing to others, you can't help but be blessed in the process. especially when your motives are pure. So I would say be purposeful, find something to do to give back, and be a blessing to others. Number 6, get up, dress up, and fix yourself up. It is so easy when you're grieving and just going through things in general to look like you're going through. But who says we have to look like what we've been through? I don't think I look like what I've been through, and you don't have to either. Get up, dress up, put your makeup on, get your clothes on, get dressed up, go out, be seen, smile at people and they'll smile at you. Get up. I think it is true that when we look better, when we look good, we feel good and we feel better. So I know it may be tempting this Christmas to just throw on any old thing, throw on your sweatsuit or whatever, but I would say dress it up even to the next level of whatever you normally would do, and do it even in honor of your loved one. I'm here at church actually, so I want to squeeze this in before I go in for our Christmas Eve service here at Horizon Church. And, I did a little extra. I could have easily we dressed down at church. I could have just thrown on a little something, but I decided to do my makeup today, make sure my hair is done and those types of things. And I'm telling you, when you look better, you feel better. So get up, dress up, fix yourself up, and make sure you are looking good. And again, if you don't feel like it for yourself, do it for your loved one. Because I know my baby boy would want his mama looking good. Not just today, but everywhere she goes. And honestly, I do think of that on those days when I want to just be like, who cares? So that was 6. So 7, last but certainly not least, is don't be bitter, but be grateful. It is so easy when you are grieving and going through other things to become bitter. But don't become bitter. Be grateful. It's a sad thing, and I've been there before, to actually have your heart be bitter towards God for the things that He's allowed to happen, and to have your heart be bitter towards others that maybe are experiencing the things that you wish you could experience. But I just urge you in this season not to allow your heart to be bitter. Maybe you need to take a break from social media, maybe seeing the pictures of family members and, people spending time with their families, or people that have the thing that you're missing right now might be making you feel bitter, envious, and to the point that it's making you feel bitter. Maybe you're not talking to God. You've completely shut Him out because you don't like what He has, allowed in your life. I'm telling you, you need God in this season. You need people in this season. Do not be deceived. Don't let your heart be bitter. Allow your heart to receive love. Allow your heart to give love. And the way that we can do that is to look around and be grateful for what we still have left, to be grateful for the memories that we had with our loved ones and those that we're missing, to be grateful for the people that are still around, to be grateful that we have life. Bless you too. Thank you, guys. To be grateful that you have life, to be grateful that you have another opportunity to go and show love to the loved one that maybe you haven't been showing love to. One thing death should teach us is that life does not last always. And so if anything, allow it to teach you to show and shower love on those who remain. When I tell you this year, I enjoyed my shopping for the children that I have, the husband that I have, the family that I have, picking out the things, what I'll put in their stocking, what I would get them. I allowed myself to enjoy that all the more. Why? Because I can. And I'm going to choose to be grateful for what I have, what remains, and the memories and the things that I hold close in my heart that no one can take away. So I hope those tips will help somebody who has been grieving in this season and just grieving in general. I pray that God blesses you. I pray that He softens your heart to be able to receive and to give love, especially His love that He has for you. And I pray you all are blessed. Thank you to everybody who has, just reached out to me, shown me and my family love, who's been praying for me, sending me messages and things. I really appreciate it. It means more to me than you know. And I wanted to let you guys know, if you don't, that I'm a part of a book project. It's called